I'm just trying to make myself comfortable.
Sir, you are muted. Actually, you're muted.
Yeah. Am I clear with this? Understood the rule? Aryan, you too?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me come to this particular poem. It's called as Ozymandias. Ozymandias. Ozymandias, right? Which was written by P.B. Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley, right? Percybysshelly.
Sir, she's female and she's a poet. Her name is also rhyming.
Yeah, P.B. Shelley. So Percy Bysshe Shelley. So if you talk about this poem, let me give you a very little information about this particular poem. And then after, I'll ask one of you to read the poem, right? So that to get some idea on it. If you talk about that, Ozymandias was the name given a hugely powerful 13th century BC Egyptian king, right? There was a king, right, during the period of 13th century BC. He was called as the Egyptian king. And it appears that the once magnificent means called as a huge, tomb of the pharaoh, right? It's not called as a pharaoh, even pharaoh, P-H-A-R-R-A-O-H, pharaoh. So pharaoh means called as a king. Magnificent tomb of the tomb. Tomb is indicating as a one of the place where dead bodies are buried, right? So it's a magnificent tomb of the pharaoh. Now, or even you can also say that a kind of a statue, right? So which is lying broken in the desert islands. Not desert, desert sand, sorry. So, no. Desert sands. Only two trunkless legs. Only two trunkless legs. Trunkless means what? That's called as a, this is head, this is torso. Torso means that called as a, the lower part of the head from the shoulder to till you can talk about the thigh. That is called as a torso, the body. So, and after that, that's called as a trunkless. The without having the body, the two legs remain. Means no, nothing has been found, only two legs remain. And a shattered visage. Shattered visage means that's something you can call it as a...
The head.
Sorry?
It's a head.
Yeah. So that's called as the head, wearing with the, crown. Wearing with the crown, the head, which was fallen or called as a submerged, half of it in the sand, right? So half hidden in the sand. How does Shelley reflect upon the work of the sculptor? So after seeing that, or maybe it is the imagination of P.B. Shelley, so who reflect upon the work. Work means what? Any of the sculpture who have created that statue, right? So, and that statue covering with such kind of a appearance, such kind of a imagination, such kind of a expression that can purely figure out that what kind of a king it is, right? So, by seeing that, the poet P.B. Shelley created the statue in lines 4 to 8, right? So upon the work of the sculptor who created the statue in lines 4 to 8, right? So what aspects of Ozymandias' character, what are the qualities that you find out in Ozymandias that has been characterized, that has the sculpture captured so beautifully, so perceptibly, right? So even the in the poem, the final 5 lines draw attention to the inscription. Inscription means called as a writing, right? Inscription means something which is written on the pedestal. Pedestal means where his two legs were stuck, right? Two legs were.
So where a statue stands.
Yeah, you can say that pedestal means it's somehow called as one of the particular bar type where the two legs were stuck or called as was kept, you can say. And that declares, which proclaims actually Ozymandias' power. Like, do you see that in Bahubali at the end of the movie, right? So the head of the villain, so that fell from the top of the king's empire to the river, and then after it fell from the big mountain to the deep of the water, deep of the you can say that lake or river, and how it's one part of the face is broken. So which reminded that the expression of that statue was clearly seeming agony, anger. So it shows that Ozymandias' power and the futility. Futility means called as anger of trying to emulate his achievement. Emulate means called as a match his achievements. Right? Achievements means whatever he did during his tenure, during his lifetime. However, you can see that the scene of ruin. Now, at the end of the day, what happened? What happened to that king? The king was ruined. Even the king's statue was also not stood or not kept till the doomsday, till the judgment of the earth. Right? The scene of ruin and decaying suggests that even the mighty means powerful Ozymandias cannot, contained with the human mortality. Contained with the human mortality means if anyone who breathed, right? Anyone who breathed has to die, has to face the death. So no one can stand before the death, right? Everybody has to go. So that is why the poet wants to convey a message or suggest that even the mighty Ozymandias cannot contain or argue with the human mortality and the impermanence, right? Impermanence of anything other than the natural world. So nothing will stay forever. What will stay? Now the thing is called as what you have done, right? So the poet states very clearly in the poem that he is reduced to a wreck. He is reduced to a wreck. Wreck means called as a damaged. Although a colossal means called as a big, huge figure, huge statue, but that was broken. The final line, which actually encourages the reader's eye to turn away from the tomb. Turn away means reject the tomb, to contemplate the vast expanse of empty sound stretching away into the distance, right? So what is that effect of the distancing of the narrative? As Shelley imagines a traveler's meeting with the statue and reports his work. Travelers meeting with the statue and reports his works, right? So it's all total, you would find out Shelley's revolutionary ideas, independent mind, and knowledgeable on interesting things were clearly giving a kind of proof about the early age or from an early age, right? So if you talk about P.B. Shelley, his career at Oxford was very short by his refusal to repudiate the contents of a pamphlet he had written. If you talk about P.B. Shelley, his written one of the, you can say that writing, The Necessity of Atheism. What do you mean by the necessity of atheism? The meaning of atheism is called as a not to believe on God. The necessity, it's a required for not to believe in God. And he was estranged from his prosperous family, right? So even you would find out that he married and had a child with his marriage with Harriet Westbrook. But at the same time, he discontinued. He discontinued her after falling in love with another woman, whose name is called as Wollstonecraft Godwin. So Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin. So the daughter of the philosopher William Godwin. So who is Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin? Now is the daughter of you can say that William Godwin. So who influenced Shelley? Who influenced means you can say that William Godwin, who influenced Shelley's thinking. He eloped with Mary, and during their travels in Europe, formed a close friend. Close friend. Who is the close friend of P.B. Shelley? Baron, B-Y-R-O-N, Baron. Shelley was a part of a highly creative literary circle within the English Romantic movement, which includes his latter wife Mary, who wrote Frankenstein. You know Frankenstein? It's a beautiful writing. You can talk about a kind of a play, so which is written by Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin. It is a Shelley's shorter poem that are cheaply read today, include Ode to the West Wind, to Skylark, and Ozymandias. He knew John Keats and wrote, do you know John Keats? So, who wrote a passionate elegy on his death, Adonais. So, all total, if you talk about this poem and the poet, that clearly shows about that what you do matter the most, because that's what lies forever. It's not about means what you have left, right, or who you are, right. That is what the poem Ozymandias and as well as the poet P.B. Shelley, Percy Shelley. Okay, so I just want to read the poem, right? So, yeah.
Can I read that?
Yeah, you can read the poem. Go ahead.
Ozymandias. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lips and sneer of cold command tell that its sculpture well those passions raid, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal of these on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, yea mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of the colossal wreck, boundless and bare. The lone and level sand stretched far away.
See, this is what the poem called Ozymandias, right? Okay. So, do you draw that the idea? The poet P.B. Shelley stated here that how he met a traveler from an antique land. Antique means called as a very old land. Right? Antique means called as a old land. So the poet said, two vast and chunkless lakes of stone stand in the desert. So what did he find? He found two big lakes. Trunkless lakes means the upper part of the body is not there. So two vast and trunkless lakes of stone which have been sculpted beautifully, right? And that was found in the desert. That was stood near them on the sand. So not only that two vast and trunkless lakes of stone stand in the desert, near them on the sand, half sunk a shattered visage lie. It means even the poet says that the body is a half of the part, which is sunk. Sunk means what? Now that called as a half of the part is inside the sand and half of the part is open to the outside. So half sunk or shattered. Shattered means broken. Visage lies means the head, right? That lies. Huge frown. Huge frown means called as now when you see the appearance of the of that sculpture created beautiful statue, you would find out that the anger, frown means anger, and the wrinkled lip. It seems like the picture or the statue of that king was very old. Here it is clearly appeared the kind of anger, right? So on his face, and the wrinkled lip. So and a sneer. Wrinkle means called as old, right? And sneer of cold command. Sneer of cold command means and his order, his expression of giving ordering to others. That's called as angry expression of deadly order. Tell that it's a sculpture well those passions read. So that suggests that how the sculpture who decorated such a beautiful statue read the appearance of that king. Read the appearance of that king. Even identify through the face the characteristic of that king, right? That is what the poet said. Tell that it's a sculpture while those passions read, which yet survive. Which yet survive means still means anyone who sees the statue of that particular king could be clearly identify what kind of a characteristic, what kind of appearance, and whether he is a good or a bad or called as a calm and anger king. So the appearance clearly shows that. Stand on these lifeless things, right? Which yet survive. Stand on these lifeless things. So it is clearly shows that the body was dead, but his agony and his appearance clearly visible from the statue. So stand on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed, and on the pedestal. So the hand that mocked them, the hand means whose hand? That's called as the sculpture hand, who have been means mocked means criticized. Criticized through what? Through the decoration of the appearance, a picture or the statue. And the heart that fed. So obviously the sculpture has given his full of interest, compassion, and also his exactness. He tried to give through his quality. And that is what is called as a kind of a criticism. And on the pedestal, even means the statue which was kept on the particular pedestal or called as a particular place. So on below that, there are a couple of words which are appeared clearly. What was written? Now, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. It means whatever is shown through the you can say that shattered visage, or called as a two legs, right? So that are written on the pedestal. What was written? Now, my name is Ozymandias. So this shows that the arrogancy of the king. So King of Kings, that shows the prideness of the king. Look on my works. Look on my works. So he feels pride for his work. Yea, mighty. So you are the powerful and the despair. So the king Ozymandias was proud for his power, and he believed that he was the king of kings. His name is Ozymandias. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal war wreck. So the poet also observed that now, far from that desert, nothing was kept. Only sand and sand, a sea of sand, right? So, and his sculpture was kept here and there. So, nothing beside remains. So, round and decay. Decay means his statue was destroyed. Of that colossal wreck, means that called as a huge damage of the statue. Boundless and bare. Boundless and bare means it was thrown, or it was means broken and found naked in the sand. The lone and level sand stretched far away, and the poet could see the statue was alone. What do we say that same the sand or same the desert, right? Which were stretched far away, or called as extended far away, right? So this gives us the lesson that the king tried to keep everything. The king tried to show his arrogance. The king tried to show his adamant agony and order and cruelty, right? But what happened to him? He tried to win over empire, right? So, but what happened? Even his own statue was also not kept properly. It was broken and kept here and there. So this was the Shailesh model. So, which was written in the year of 1977, right? It was, B.B. Shelley wrote here in the year of 1977. And the story was indicating about 13th century BC, Egyptian empire. Am I clear?
Yes, sir, you're clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I just want to get the kind of kind of a test from you that Aryan, Rudra, and Ritik, if you have understood, can you please give me the summary of it, or else I'll also give you some questions out of it. Can I ask you some questions?
So I can write.
No, you will have to speak on it, right? Yeah. Who will start first, or do you need some time?
Sir, I need 2 minutes, just 2 minutes.
Okay, I give you 2 minutes because I need also charge my laptop.
I also want to.
Okay. Aryan, do you? Aryan, are you there? Aryan, are you there? Aryan, are you there? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm asking. I give you 2-minute time. Prepare on this. So you are going to speak the summary of it.
Sir, I couldn't take the screenshot. Sir, because there was no shop, I couldn't only take the screenshot. I couldn't see the screen.
Array, just type OG Mandias. You will find out the poem as well as the details. Go for it.
Can you say the name again?
Write down OG Mandias. You will find out the poem.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your first question. What is the meaning of antique land? So we are going towards the question answer of Ozymandias, right? And also what's it mean? What do you mean by antique land?
Very old land.
Ancient land.
Okay, land of ancient civilization. Very good. Boundless. What is the meaning of boundless?
Never broken. So never broken.
Or you can say limitless.
So
Limitless.
having no boundary.
Yeah, having no boundary
Yes,
or
sir.
limitless. Right. So pedestal.
So where generally a base where a whole statue
Was
stands.
kept. Yeah, or it's kept. Base of the statue, you can say. Okay, colossal.
So big, very big, massive.
Yeah, big in great in size or called as a force to bring out a feeling of admiration and respect. You can see that such a big statue, right? You will feel the kind of admiration and respect for it, right? Okay, visage.
So a head.
Okay, or you can say that face, right? Sneer. Sneer.
So
Yeah, tell me, what is the meaning of sneer? An unfriendly, or you can say self-important person, right?
Just showing more respect.
showing no respect or anger, or called as adamant or arrogance, right? All these are can be referred to the sneer or angry face, right? So those are the meaning. Stamped, S-T-A-M-P-E-D. What do you mean by stamped? The meaning of stamped is called as a sculpted, S-C-U-L-P-T-E-D, sculpted, right? Now, sculpted means decorated or created the statue or the figure. Okay. The next one. Whom does the poet meet?
Traveler.
A traveler from land.
Yeah.
A traveler who traveled the antique, the whole land.
Yeah, the poet meets a traveler. You can say that from an antique land. Okay.
Yes.
So, what kind of a place is the land visited by the traveler? What kind of a place is the land? What kind of a place is the
So
land?
desert place, Egypt.
It is
So
a
Egypt.
desert. Yeah, it is a desert, you can say. Right. So, can you tell us that the two settings that the poem has?
Sir?
Can you tell us the two settings that the poem has? Two settings. Do you understand the meaning of settings in the poem? The meaning of setting is called as a place, right? So while you are reading the poem Ozymandias, you find out the poet through his writing tries to show two settings, means two places, right? What are the two places?
The desert.
See, the first thing is called as the first is the place where narrator meets the traveler, right? The first is the place where narrator meets the traveler. That is the first place. The second place or second setting is the place where ancient civilization once existed. That is why we can say the poem has two settings. One is means where narrator meets the traveler. It is a desert in the present situation, right? Second is called as the place where ancient civilization once existed. It means that was called as a Greek Egyptian place, right? So when the king rules, that is why you can point out that two settings has been found here. Okay. What else did the traveler find in the sand? What else did the traveler find in the sand? The traveler found what?
So the face of the
Yeah. First is called as he found that is called as trunkless legs. Second, what the traveler found? A visage half sunk. Yeah, a visage half sunk means a face or called as a head which is broken, and also half part is inside the sand and the other part is called as a left open. What is the only thing remaining in the vast desert? What is the only thing?
The quotation written by the king Ozymandias.
That's, you can say, the trunkless legs, the visage, and the words on pedestal, right? On the pedestal. So these are the things remaining in the vast desert. Trunkless legs, visage sunk in the desert. Third is called as means inscription on the pedestal, right? Or what's on the pedestal. So these are the things. Okay, next. What does the poet mean by two vast and trunkless legs of stone? What does the poet mean by two vast and trunkless legs of stone? Array, two vast and trunkless legs of stone. What do you mean by that?
Two empty legs and
Two
without
huge
a body.
legs. Two huge legs of stone without a body. Two huge
Yes, sir.
legs.
Excuse me, sir. What was the question? Someone called.
Okay, leave it. How was the visage? How was the
It was
visage?
settled. So it was settled and half sunk in the sand.
Yes, but you have to point that how was the visage? Now it had a frown and a wrinkle on the lip. It had a frown and wrinkle on the lip. There was a anger. There was a adamant. There was arrogance, or called as a cruelty of cold command. Right. So that's what the vices appeared. Okay. Can you tell that or explain that its sculpture well those passions read? What do you mean by that? Or explain this line. It's a sculpture.
So it means
well
the people, the statue did the face or like
it means called as a that it's a sculpture well those passion read. It means whoever was just you can say that sculptured or called as a stamped, S-T-A-M-P-D. So whoever has stamped it, so he read those passions of the king very well and sculpted it on the vices and presented it on the face of the statue. Right. What do the words tell us about the king? What do you think that the words tell us about the king?
So he was very powerful and very
Proud person. He was
proud for his power.
So what lesson did you learn from the poetry? What lesson did you learn from the poetry?
Nothing survives forever.
Yeah, nothing lasts forever, or means everything has a limitation.
Limit.
Yeah. So what features? What features on the king's face tell that he was proud? What features on the king's face tell that he was proud? What features on the king's face tell that he was proud? See, the king.
He was proud of. He was proud of the work and the things he owned on his land.
Yeah, the king had a frown, had a wrinkled lip on his face. His face also had a sneer of cold command. Sneer means anger of cold command. So that's why you can say those of the things can be identified that he was proud. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming to next Aryan. Aryan, can you tell us about the summary? Can you tell us the summary? Aryan? Aryan, are you there? Aryan, are you there? No. Okay, fine, guys. Any doubt from this poem, Ritvik and Rudra?
No, sir, no doubt.
Ritvik? Ritvik, do you find any doubts?
No, fine.
Okay. So now we'll leave, right? Leave for the day. So thanks. We'll meet in the next class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.